What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. Gotta bring y'all some more disturbing news from what's going on, man, in battle rap. There's always something going on. There's always some type of mess in one way or another. But these things are just reminders of us, man, to just learn from people behaviors and things that people do, to understand just how blessed and gifted you are. No matter what your circumstances and situation is, there's always hope, and there's always somebody in a in a worse situation than you. So be grateful and appreciative of the things that you do have, and always be mindful of others. I say this to say this. So y'all know J2 is the first openly gay battle rapper. And for the most part, nobody really knew much about him. But it seems like he's trying to make his way to the forefront of battle rap in any way that he can to put the agenda by which he is a part of and represent. Some of the most sickening, disturbing things that a person could do. These are the things he's trying to shed light on, to get people to approve of and participate in. And the terrible thing about these things is this is where we see the United States is full pledged into this agenda that so many people suffer from and so many children are hurt from as a result of this lifestyle. J2 is taking it upon himself to do some of the most deceiving, tragic, evil things you can do. But at the same time, he try to make it seem like he not, or he ain't. And he's pushing this agenda because he really want to make it his business to assist in the evil, filthy acts of the enemy himself with no shame. Now, this is a photo of him on the bags and bodies, and I want y'all to see what he's wearing. So, if you pay attention to this shirt, it says protect trans kids, transgender kids. Protect transgender kids, trans kids. We already saw some of the other things that he put up. Images and photos such as gay is black, being black is gay, such a thing like that. I'm talking about just literally pushing the agenda of these things. And he pushing it so much that he's actually using the platform of Hitman's Holler, Bags and Body to push the homosexual agenda. I wonder if Hitman Holler is aware of that. That J2 is actually using his platform and his show to push the homosexual agenda and the rape and molestations of children. Because that's exactly what this is. Rape and molestations. And he's literally advertising it. He's literally advertising it. Because that's what that means. What do you mean protect transgender transgender kids. So you already know this is one of the topics that's on the political uh, ballots that's coming up ahead, to remove the age of children having the choice to be transgender. They don't have to wait till they 18 no more to make that decision. So they really want to put a law in play where they don't have to wait till they 18. So they advocating rape, molestation, abuse, underage sex. That's what they doing. That's what that means. What sane mother or father can be okay with their child sucking dick, getting fucked in the ass, eating pussy, having all type of objects ramped up inside them in the name of choice, liberty, freedom, love, which this is none of the above. None of the above. Let's just be honest. Let's call it like it is. See, when I address situations like this, I like to call it like it is. We cannot continue to desensitize Satan and not unmask the evils that he's doing and the effect that it is having all over the world as a result of this sick, filthy thing that God called an abomination. That God say anybody that participates in these things will not inherit the kingdom of heaven, and you're going to die and go to hell forever and ever and ever. And that's not a scare tactic. That's just a fact. You don't have to believe hell ain't real, but the Bible said it is real. And the Bible say there's a lake of fire there. And it's amazing. It ain't even amazing. It's just funny how God exposed the folly and all these smart people who try to always have a argument to try to go against him, and though you're going to be right over God. But just like God said thousands and thousands of years ago, that hell in that place is also a place, the lake of fire, where all liars will have their part in the lake of fire, the Bible say. No homosexual shall inherit the kingdom of God. They will be there also, along with everybody else who didn't accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. But I'm going somewhere with this. You don't have to believe it, but ain't it amazing that we find in the last century that through electronics and these new discoveries, that when drilling in the earth, they found that the center of the earth is a lake of fire, just like God said. And God called that place hell. God called that place hell. Well, that's in hell. That's in hell. But that place is called the lake of fire. Now, you know your history books going to call it. See, they always take the things of God and give it a intellectual name so that it wouldn't remind you of God. Like when you do something wrong, rather than calling it sin, you know what they call it? Crime. Oh, you committed a crime. The Bible says you committed a sin, but they call it crime. You know why? Because when you hear the word sin, it puts you in the mind of God. So they removed sin and replaced it with crime, because the word sin reminds you of God. Same thing here. God called it the lake of fire. You hear the lake of fire, you're going to think about God. Well, what they call it is the core. The center of the earth is the core. It's a hot, smoking lake of fire. It's called the core. See that? Because the enemy don't want your mind on God. So regardless of if you believe or not, it's there. But let me say this. What father or what loving mother in her right mind would approve of their child sucking somebody's dick? Like, let's just talk. I'm talking about real loving parents. How could you be okay with your child sucking dick? Sucking another man's dick. Letting this man nut in his face, nut inside of him. How could you be happy with that? How could you be okay with that? How could this make you proud? How could this profit any good? You really want somebody ripping your child open from behind? You okay with that? What loving mother would be okay with her daughter sucking pussy, eating ass, people ramming all type of objects up inside of them? Because that's what happens when you're dealing with this. That's what this is. That's what this is. Because that's what that means. Let's just be real. What loving parent would allow such a thing? That's what they doing. They want your children. Satan always hate kids. This man wearing this stuff talking about protect transgender kids. How? That don't even sound right in a sentence. How would kids even know that? And this is why you have to be careful of what you expose your children to. If your children wasn't exposed to this type of stuff, saw it going on, or saw it on TV, or listening to it on a song, they wouldn't even know what it is. They wouldn't even want nothing to do with it. But they put it out there on purpose to hurt their minds while their minds is developing. To get them to this place because they want to see them ripped. They want to see them broken. They want to see that. So they wanted to start at a young age so that they could rape and molest these children and abuse them and physically tear them down and hurt their minds. So it can drive them crazy and put them to a point of depression and drugs and suicide. See, they don't tell that part. They don't tell that part. They never talk about the suicide rate for homosexuals and the depression and the physical ailments that take place as a result of participating in them sins and the life expectancy of the homosexual. They don't like you to know that. They like hiding those facts. Let me look something up. What's the life expectancy for a homosexual? Okay, let me see. Now you gotta be careful with these things because you know what happens. Some of these people like to put their own things in that. Okay, watch this. National Library of Medicine. Does homosexual activity shorten your life? Watch this. Previous estimates from arbitraries in pre-1994 sex surveys suggest that the median age of death for homosexuals is less than 50 years old. 4 contemporary databases were used. 4 contemporary databases were used to test that statement. Obituaries in the homosexual press from 1993 to 1997 reflected treatments success for those with AIDS, but suggested a median age of the death was less than 50 years old. 2 large random sexuality surveys in 1994, one in the US and the other in Britain, yielded results consistent with a median age of death for homosexuals of less than 50 years. The median age of those ever married in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway was about 50 years, while that of ever sexually partnered was about 40 years. Further, the married were about 5 times more apt to be old and 4 times less apt to be widowed young. And intravenous drug abusers and homosexuals having HIV tests in Colorado had almost identical age distributions. The 4 lines of evidence were consistent with previous findings suggesting that homosexual activity may be associated with a lifespan shortened by 20 or 30 years. 20 to 30 years. It's like literally knocked off your life when participating in homosexuality. Just like God said in Romans 1. When you're doing them things, it triggers something in your body that he made and created that fight against you, that actually does something to your lifespan. God say that in Romans 1. Let me read it. Hold on a second. Watch this. I'm going to read Romans 1. I want to show you something. Ain't that something? God is always right. So let's see. Was God right about that? I'm in Romans 1. Look what it says. It says this. Okay, so look what God say. Romans 1 verse 26. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use unto that which is against nature. See, they women changed their natural use, by which God made and created them for. They start having sex with each other, going against nature. Romans 1:26. So when you do that stuff, it goes against your human nature. It goes against the original plan God made and created for you. Therefore, it triggers off something in your body. See, God made this body. He know everything about it. While medical scientists and things, they steady trying to learn about this body that they still don't fully understand. God do. God said he created this body that when things start going against it, and when you do this particular sin right here, it triggers off something inside your body that shorten your lifespan, because that sin you doing, it was created by the devil, and the devil know it too. The devil know if he gets you to do this stuff, it takes away 20, 30 years of your life, or even more. That's just the estimate around that average. Watch this though. And likewise also the men, verse 27, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another. Men having sex with men, working that, watch this, working that which is unseemly, in receiving in themselves, in their bodies, the recompense of their error which was met. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobated mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, and wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy and murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affections, without natural affections, because that's unnatural. To be a man, but you sucking a man dick. To be a man, but you got a man fucking you in the ass, nutting all inside you and doing all them things. Yeah, people need to hear that. They need to really, really see that. This is what they doing to these kids. They raping and molesting and abusing these kids, but you know what they calling it? They calling it freedom. They calling it love. They calling it choice. No, it's rape. It's molestation. It's child abuse. It's mental abuse. It's physical abuse. And I swear to you, God is going to see that everybody that did this pay severely. The Bible says when you hurting these children, it was best that a milestone was tied around your neck. Watch this. They knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but they have pleasure in them that do them also. See that? So that's clear in the Bible. This is what they doing. This is what they doing. And they hurting these children by doing this. Hurting these children by doing this. Working that which is unseemly, receiving in their bodies the recompense of their error, which was met. Oh, in other words, it's definitely going to happen. But they received it in their bodies. The acts of that sin that they were doing triggered off something in their bodies. And what we just saw, what scientists found out, homosexuality shortens your lifespan 20 to 30 years. These facts are reading obituaries of those who died going all the way back. Yeah, it's unnatural. Your body wasn't made to receive that. Your body wasn't made for that. So your body fight against it. It fight against it. While you calling it pleasure, you raping your spirit, raping your soul, going against your God-given privilege by what he made and created you to be. You was made in the image and likeness of God. And yet you allowed the devil to come in and take away your natural use of what you was made and created for, to bring you to a low state. And they trying to put this on the children. Look at these black sellouts just running to sign up to be the ones to help go against your own kind. Sellouts. They want black people to be the poster child for HIV. We the poster. Do y'all know they use us for the poster of HIV? We the poster of all STDs. We the poster of homosexuality. We the poster of it. We the ones who they use to make people not want to be a part. See, they paint us to be the pictures of HIV and sexually transmitted diseases so that they could teach their people not to procreate or be a part of us. And then they paint us to be the face and the reason behind homosexuality, molestation, and rape, and violence. And you could always find a black man willing to sign up for the check. I do it. I'm getting that money. I don't care. So they use us to make it popular. They use us to make it big for the warning. Sad, sad, sad. This dude is sorry. He pushing his agenda. And y'all clearly see it, what he about. This is what his whole agenda about. This is what he's doing. And y'all be eating with this man, drinking with this man, smoking with this man. And all along, this man pushing the agenda of the rape, abuse, and molestation of children. Protect trans children. Yeah, you know how you protect them? By telling them the truth about it. Y'all never tell them the truth about it. Tell them how participating in homosexuality take away 20, 30 of their years of their life away. Talk about how homosexuals have a high rate of committing suicide as a result of going crazy. Talk about the mental illness in it. Talk about it. Tell them the truth. If you're going to tell them, give them all the facts. Let them be aware of the choices they're going to make. But they don't want them to do that. They trying to get them this Nickelodeon version of it. Oh, it's okay to love who you love. It's just love. Ain't nothing wrong with experiment. Try it. Try sucking a dick. Try letting somebody fuck you in the ass. Try letting somebody nut inside you as a man. Ain't that so shameful? You a man and you letting people leave their loads in your stomach? That's disgusting. That's a shame. Let's just keep it real. That's a shame. And it's sad. Look how low you willing to go. That you really bow down and worshiping sex created by the devil. The devil created that sex. That's his invention. Why you think you got to get on your knees to worship it? Why you think you got to do that? With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. This dude is sick. This dude is terrible. This dude is disgusting. He ain't got no shame, because that's what that spirit do. That spirit don't love nobody, because it's the spirit of the devil. And look at his war on kids. That's all it's about. It's a war on kids.